And I want you to help me welcome up an incredible legend in the house.
him.
He is one of our Pathfinders leaders, like one of the OG Pathfinder people.
Yeah.
Alex Lopez, you can come and share it out there.
Thank you guys. You know, my life was radically changed when Pastor Michael and Lisa invited us to Twisted 8 or 9 years ago. And when we were exposed to this life of vibrancy in the Holy Spirit, it's just like our world has shifted in such incredible ways. And I'm so grateful to have you guys as part of our lives. So thank you so much. Oh, this is great. I got some props here. This will be good. You have to wonder about it for a second, though. I want to talk about being in alignment with God's Spirit. And I want to tell a short story about this time last fall when my wife and I were traveling with our kids around the country, like a homeschool, road school trip. And we were in South Carolina, and this guy approached us on a bike in Beaufort, South Carolina. We were just passing through. We were there literally just for like 4 hours for dinner. And this guy approached us, and he was like offering to do some lawn work. And we were like, oh no, we don't even live here, and he seemed like he needed a little help. So I made sure to ask, hey, can I pray for you? And he was accepting, and I prayed, and afterwards he was like, he was moved. And it was amazing. And then come to find out, let's fast forward about 4 more months, and Chris Verrilli, who moved to Tennessee, he happened to be visiting Beaufort, South Carolina, and he's sharing this story at Emerge as a God story. And he's saying, I was in Beaufort, South Carolina. This guy rode up on his bike, asked about doing lawn care. And we were like, no, we don't live around here, but we'll pray for you. And he had his son Tegan pray for him. And the guy was like so moved. And they've like actually kept in touch. And it was an amazing story. And I'm like, wow, Chris and I were talking, like, how incredible is God to have, men of this church to be in alignment with His Spirit, to be able to like send them across like states to pray for like the same random guy. God is just so great. And that's not anything special about us. That's just like an amazing thing that this church does, and Pastor Michael and Lisa have raised up people that have faith to actually pray for people and put their hands on them and be bold about it. So I love that. And that ties into the tithe message actually. So you see here some Bibles and some waters, and there's 10 of each. And you might see where this is going. Okay, but if somebody asks you for, one of your 10 Bibles, you're like, that's no big deal. I'd love to give you one of my Bibles cheerfully. And if somebody asks you for one of the waters, you're like, well, I've got 10. And you're happy to give them one of the waters. And really where this comes into play is like, are you in alignment with God's Spirit?
Wow.
And the world would tell you to hang on to the things that you have. And there's a Bible verse in Deuteronomy that says, beware lest you say in your heart, my power and the might of my hand have gotten me this wealth. You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the power to get wealth. There's a whole shift in a mindset over whose does this belong to? Did I do it? Or did the God who created me give me the power to think, to speak, and to use my hands to create wealth? Did He allow me to get this? And He's like, hey, just so it doesn't control your heart and grip it, I want you to make sure you use it with an open hand and be generous in my kingdom. And God's an above generous God, because He's like, look, this is yours. Here you go. This is yours that belongs to God, but He's letting you use. This is God's. How incredible is that? It's so good. So are you in alignment with God's kingdom? And it's just sometimes a mindset switch. I've been there. I've written tithe checks where I'm kind of like, ooh, that could pay for a lot of things. And I go like, okay, if you get stuck in this mindset of like, how can I control the money? Then, sometimes you're just kind of like hanging on to it. You're not really so freely open. But when you shift your mindset to think like, hey, this belongs to God, and He's just asking for a little bit back. And I'm so thankful and grateful for this amount that I get to keep. I'm not very thankful for the amount the government takes away.